Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the future of the water and wastewater industry and the careers you didn't know about and the people that run it. We're live here at the Cave Annual Technical Conference and Vendor Expo, and we have a special guest, friend of mine, colleague from the great state of Manchester, Connecticut, Mr. Patrick Kearney. Hi, Pat.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How do you like the conference so far?
Conference is good.
Yes, fantastic. Yes,
a lot of learning going on.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of learning, and it's good to see people back face to face again.
Yes,
so,
without masks.
Yes, without masks. So anyway, so Pat, this is as you know as well as I do. We're all getting older here, and the age of retirement is coming, and so we got to start refilling the pipeline. So, tell us how you got into the water industry.
Well, I got into it by chance, actually,
Uh-huh.
and I think a lot of people do that now. But when I got out of school, I was a structural engineer, and it was the Reagan years, and I couldn't find a job.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time working odd jobs until I actually found a job with the state health department in their water supplies.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, I couldn't stay there too long just because I wasn't that interested in what they were doing with the regulation because I'm a hands-on type of person.
Yep.
I found a job in Manchester, and I've been there since.
Wow.
So 35 years now.
Right, because you started out in construction over there, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I wrote.
That type of stuff. So, wow, unbelievable. So, when you got into it, as far as that goes, what was your education when you started?
I'm a civil engineer.
Civil engineer, okay.
And I didn't ever really work doing civil engineering work. I mean, the knowledge that I got from all of the studies that I did was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it helped me along with everything that I did.
Yeah.
But I really didn't do pencil to paper civil engineering.
Okay. All right, great.
And being in the drinking water, wastewater industry, although it's part of civil, isn't something that I really thought of until I got into it.
Right.
And I'd never leave it now.
So tell me, what's your day job like now?
Well, my day job is pretty uneventful right now. I run the water and sewer department, so because of that, I'm behind a desk.
Okay.
Handling complaints, making sure we're on budget, looking to the future.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. Really, as you say, the construction, maintenance, that kind of work was my best interest. I really enjoyed
hands-on stuff.
The hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more abstract, but it's a great career.
Oh, yeah.
Move.
Well, I think that's one of the premises why I started this podcast. Basically, is to let students know or younger people know that there are viable careers, in the industry, and it's a big tent. I mean, you go from engineering to, a road crew. You don't necessarily have to come out of and have a college degree, to make a good living. I know Manchester is responsible for water and wastewater, correct?
Correct.
So how many people do you employ on the water side?
Well, it's kind of varies because there's the way it's split, but I would say it's about 30 in the water side.
Okay.
And about 20 in the wastewater end.
Okay. Now, primarily, Manchester is groundwater or waste or surface water or both?
We have both.
Both. Okay.
So we have a complete conventional water treatment plant.
Yep.
And then we have several wells with varying treatment.
Okay.
On that end.
Iron and manganese?
No, just we have a couple air strippers, and we also just chlorinate, fluoridate, and add corrosion control, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And how many on the wastewater side?
Well, on the wastewater side, we have about 20.
Okay.
And basically, we have a crew that does the maintenance of the sewer lines.
Yep.
And then we have 10 operators and superintendents running our wastewater plant and pump stations.
Okay. Nice. Now, as far as are you responsible for the billing side too, or is that all part of the town?
We are responsible for the billing side, but because of the way the town is set up, the water department doesn't necessarily collect. The collector revenue was always set up for collecting.
Tax collector.
So
that's kind of
they're the ones that collect the money.
Yeah, okay. And that's kind of the same way we are as far as that goes, yeah. So, I know you and I sit on the Water Planning Council Advisory Board, or I'm your alternate as far as that goes, but that's, from the regulation side of things have evolved tremendously since we got in the industry. I think, regulation-wise, as you know, is becoming, sometimes a little bit murky, and to wade through all of that and so forth, sometimes it gets to be a challenge. So, as far as from your employees, do you have a recruiting program?
Not really. I wish we did.
Okay.
All of our recruiting is basically done through our human resources for the town.
Okay.
And there's not a real good base to get people that actually want to get into the wastewater or water treatment utilities, whatever. But the thing with it is anybody that's mechanically inclined does very, very well.
Yeah.
So when we're hiring operators, that's one of the questions we ask.
Okay.
What have you ever done at your house?
Yeah.
Do you work on your own car? What have you done?
Yeah.
And the people that can do that kind of work, hands-on, they flourish.
Yeah, yeah. And, and again, to have that aptitude to do the mechanical line, the hands-on side, the certification side, that'll come.
Exactly.
They can study for that.
You can study for that. You can take it as often as you like, really.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. And there's different types. You can be a treatment plant operator. You could be a maintenance person. You could be somebody that does all field work.
Yeah.
So
meter reader.
You could. Well, yeah. We have a meter installer, meter reader. We don't have the meter readers that just walk around anymore.
Oh, okay.
We drive around.
Yeah, radio reads.
Radio reads.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So, but there's all different types of work within the water and sewer department.
Well, yeah. You got customer service people, you got billing, whatever. Well, the billing's part of the collective revenues and so forth. But yeah, you're right. It's a big tent, and I think that's one of the things that we're trying to drive home with the podcast here is that, you don't necessarily think about these careers affiliated with the water industry, but they are. I mean, it takes a village to people take for granted. You turn on the faucet and the clean water comes out, and there's a lot that goes on behind that. From personnel side, construction side, regulatory side, and all of that kind of stuff. So, when you get into and the other side too, obviously being from a municipality, then you have to deal with the political side.
You try to stay away from that as much as you can.
Yeah,
sure.
I hear you. that can be a double-edged sword.
But there's politics everywhere, whether it's a private firm or a municipality. But we don't. I'm lucky. We don't necessarily have that in Manchester.
Well, that's good. Budgetary wise, how many customers do you have now?
We have about 16,000.
Okay.
Less on the sewer side because we're in a unique situation where about a quarter of the town has its own sewer department.
Okay.
So they're their own district, so they maintain that. It comes to us for treatment, but we have a little bit less on that side.
Okay. All right. That's I think that's from a standpoint of I don't know whether you call that regionalization or something, but you have one facility and you can take a variety of different smaller systems.
Yeah, well, that's legislation that changed them. They didn't want to be in the treatment business anymore, so they didn't want to upgrade their treatment facility, so they came to us to treat their wastewater, and that's why they have their own little collection system. And even that, it's tough for them to maintain because that's their side job, not what they do.
Right. Now, did you have to install a connection to that collection system?
They did. I mean, but a lot of it was their collection system overlapped with ours, so it was very easy. But that was a long time ago, 20, 25 years ago.
Oh, okay. All right. So obviously, you guys have to operate your cross connection program like everybody else.
Correct.
As far as that goes. So how many testers and guys we're going to cross?
We only have one.
Oh, really?
Takes care of the entire town.
Is that right?
And except for private, what do you call it?
Private testers.
Irrigation
Yeah.
systems. We don't allow private testers. So one person takes care of
Oh, okay.
our entire
That's
town.
interesting. You don't allow private testers.
Nope.
Oh, wow. Okay.
An inspector. So one person does very well. We don't have that many.
How many devices you have?
I really can't tell you off the top of
Oh,
my
okay.
head.
All right.
I just looked at the report too,
Oh, okay.
but I just don't remember. I don't want to be.
Well, March
Well.
1, that's when that's the report needs to be in, as far as that goes, yeah. Oh, my God, yeah, I was shocked that we did, Bill Sullivan came on the podcast. Well, he was actually my third podcast that we did. I interviewed him, and of course, we touched on, obviously, the operator certification and with the state of the industry and retirements and so forth. And the statistics are pretty devastating. When I started, and almost 50 years ago, for Christ's sake, we had 800 operators. Now the state is down to, a little over 4.
Yeah.
And most of those operators are doing more than one system. Now, how many operators do you have on your system?
We have 10 in the wastewater
Okay.
and 5 in the drinking water for treatment plant operators.
Okay.
That are licensed.
Okay.
Now, we used to run the wastewater treatment plant in my time.
Yeah.
24/7 with
Yeah.
operators.
Yeah.
And about 15 years ago, maybe 20, it changed to one shift,
Okay.
7 days a week.
Okay.
And before my time, so sometime in the 70s, the 70s, late 80s, the drinking water system went to one shift.
Okay.
So we were able to cut down 2 shifts. So that's why you see less and less operators.
Right.
Because people are
Technology.
doing everything with computers.
Yeah, well, SCADA is obviously the remote operation and so forth. That's a double-edged sword too. It's especially now in this age of cybersecurity and all that kind of stuff, you have to be very, very careful to go from there. So, all right, excellent. So, what do you do for play? What's your hobby? I know you do a lot of hunting.
I do a lot of hunting and fishing. Well, I used to do a lot of hunting and fishing. Kids get in the way, but that's my pleasure.
And I know because you went up. You have a place up north?
Me and 3 other buddies have a camp up in Island Pond, Vermont. So
Okay.
we go up there as often as we can. But right now it's me because I'm still working and I have younger children. I'm carting them around while my friends who are all retired get to go up there and play.
See, into the man cave. Nice. So, all right. So, favorite sports teams. What you have any?
Well, people look at me and my kids and my wife look at things crazy, but it'd be Manchester United. I'm a football player.
Oh, okay.
That's what I watch. That's what I do. So
Nice.
when pretty much any American sport comes on, I don't watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they say. I mean, even pro basketball now. I mean, I think the college games are a hell of a lot better than the pro stuff. As far as that.
I haven't watched a basketball game in I don't know how many years. Probably since I was in college.
Nice. So, any other hobbies that you do, or?
No, that's pretty well it.
Pretty much.
I mean, I love watching my kids doing their thing. I mean, that's what.
How old are the kids now?
They're 15 years old.
Okay.
And one's in sports, both types of football, and the other is into the arts. So,
Oh, nice.
she's in plays and used to do ballet. So we're
Nice.
running around quite a bit. So
That's good.
Beyond their schoolwork.
Fantastic. So, any career aspirations for them?
I would love to get them in the water and sewer industry, but right now, no. They don't really know. I mean, they're a little too young.
Okay.
My son wants to be an entrepreneur. Good for him. I don't
Okay.
know what he wants to do with that, but
Okay.
that's fine. He sometimes thinks he's going to be a pro football player, but you
Hey.
got to be pretty lucky.
Yeah.
You got to do hard. And my daughter if she could be an artist, that's what she'd do.
There you go. There you go. Fantastic. So anyway, okay. So I've been asking a question, basically. Favorite foods. If you could only eat one food, okay.
Ooh. Probably a cheeseburger.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We've had everything from tacos to pizza to lobster mac and cheese and so forth. So a cheeseburger works. That's fine. Go from there. Should be good. What's your favorite memory in the water industry?
I honestly can't think of anything now. Probably shutting down a big water main break that we had to deal with, and you're like rushing to do things, and then you finally get that last valve, and you say, now we can fix it.
Yeah.
So that's probably it. I can't pinpoint one.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of is spending Christmas Day fixing a water main break.
Oh yeah.
Those are with people that were managers and other things, whoever we could corral together and fix the water main break.
Well, the family's back at the house with the family,
right,
or whatever. Yeah. I think we've all been there for that once or twice, as far as that goes. So as far as getting into again, going through your budgetary process and your job responsibilities and so forth, what would your advice be to high school seniors looking at?
Well, I think it kind of depends on the high school. If the person is very mechanically inclined, and that's what they want to do that, and they can do that in the water and sewer industry.
Yeah.
If you're college-minded, get into the environmental. It's not going to ever go away.
Oh, no.
There's always going to be water and sewer plants.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something along those lines. Whether you're designing them, whether you're operating them,
or maintaining
them, it's always something. So some people just don't want to get that advanced education. Some people do. And it's what's good for you.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy coming to work every day. And that's one thing that I found doing this job.
Yeah.
Is I enjoyed coming to work today. Even Christmas morning when I was out fixing the water main break,
Crazy.
I enjoyed it because I was doing a service for people.
Yeah. Well, it's a much needed service. Now, do you guys maintain a regular flushing program?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you flush twice a year usually?
We usually only flush once a year.
Okay.
It's a 12 in the spring.
Yeah.
It's 12 weeks long.
Okay.
to flush our entire system.
Yep.
And so we normally start the end of March and we finish before July.
There you go.
So we're doing that all the time.
Getting that exercise in the valves and making sure they work, so when you have those water main breaks, that you can get it shut down.
Yes.
It's half the battle, to go from there. So, all right, fantastic. All right, Pat, Mr. Pat Kearney from the Manchester Water and Sewer Department. Thank you, Pat, for stopping by and saying hello. And I think it's been a pleasure working with you. I know for many, many years, and sitting on various committees and going through the transitions that we all go through, and so forth. So I think we're all getting to start refilling this pipeline to get succession planning. So when you and I walk out the door, we got somebody behind us.
We're all hoping for that. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Dave Kuzminski, and this is your future of the water and wastewater industry and the careers you did not know about, and the people that run them. And we've got one of those people with us right now, Mr. Pat Kearney, who is the head of the Water and Sewer Department for the town of Manchester, Connecticut. So thanks again, Pat, and we'll see you out on the floor.
Thank you.
All righty.